How are you all today? I hope things are going well. I do need to add a couple things here. Presentations, local video, maybe local video. Can I? I'm looking at adding sources here. Is this? Hold on here. I've got my thing is dying. This is my iPad. Let's make sure that it charges sufficiently, because I want to be able to use my Stream Deck. Okay, shut up. There we go. So yeah, the iPad is it charging? It's looking weird to me. It died, but let me try plugging into a couple of these different things here. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm sure that the sound is probably a little bit far away. Let's see if this will fix it. Technical difficulties this morning. We'll see if that works. Because I plugged it in, and I plugged it into the charger. It just wasn't getting a charge. Wasn't doing too much. Oh, and I also need to make sure I share the stream. So let me go in and do that, because I got to share it in two places. I do want to talk about Amanda Martin this morning, because we really haven't talked about her on my show. So I do want to get into that a little bit if you guys are cool doing that. So there we go. Got those out there. So hopefully that comes up. If not, I do have the what's it? I do have the Stream Deck up on the computer. So can I play it there? So it's just a little bit, takes me an extra step to play it. Will this play? Maybe not. Come on, close. This thing is, it keeps wanting to go full size, and I don't want it full size. I want it small. I hate that Windows does this stuff. You know, why would you want all this stuff full size? And it's making it all long for me, and I don't want it long. I like it wide and short. Okay, you can hear me good. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Yeah, I do want to talk about Amanda Martin this morning, about everything with that woman. This is a clear example of these people who, if you don't want to be involved, don't get involved. And you see this going on. For those of you who don't know as well, if you're in the Shady Bunch or in a couple of these other groups, you do know this, because it's been out there. Another turtle died under Lynette's care. This one was mailed. Appears to have been sent via she said FedEx, but the label kind of looked like a UPS one. We were trying to scroll in on it and get it close. I hope Amanda Martin is arrested. She will not be arrested. But this is the next thing. We've talked about Judge Grudge quite a bit on here, and we can get into him today. But I do want to talk about her, because this goes back to the harassment and corruption that we do here. She is sorry, here it's asking me for Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm just setting stuff up in the background. She is part of these people who are part of the corruption of Levy County. She uh, decided to personally invest herself into this, into this whole thing. She Her son and her decided to inject themselves, which is like, why would you, if you're a professional, why would you do this? So this shows you how unprofessional a lot of these people are in Levy County. The buddy buddy system. I'll take care of you. So she won't be arrested, but she should be fired. She absolutely should be fired. When you are an officer of the court, you have to be above reproach, and she's definitely not that. Her son being involved or making himself involved in this just kind of shows that. Good morning, Lori. Dog's trying to jump in on the stream, but I'm at my desk today. No, 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 no. You go lay down. Go lay down. Yeah, she's trying to jump in on the stream. I'm at my desk, so she can't be viewed by you guys. I do have a mobile camera, but it's harder. Um, so yeah, she is doing other people's stuff for them because she wants to get involved. She stalked Jeremy and dropped her son off to assault Jeremy. Well, we don't know if she stalked or her son stalked, but definitely he was stalked. She definitely told her son where Jeremy, in general, where he was. So, yeah, there is video evidence of the attack. And why Levy County is slow walking it is only got to be because of her position and her husband's position, the stepfather. She needs sex. She's a disgrace, like her son, the rat. Yeah, no, she absolutely needs to be fired. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Deborah. Jane's Jungle Safari. Good morning. Yeah, welcome all to the stream. Make sure you guys all hit the like button and share this out. I see that I know we've got most of the people from YouTube here, but I see we got some on Facebook here watching today. Your comments are always liked and appreciated as well. That helps get everything out there. But yeah, this just goes to the heart of the corruption of Levy County. And when that happened and it was reported, there should have been immediate like people saying, okay, hold on, we're gonna take actions now. We are going to take steps. This is crazy. This is something we should never allow. It's ridiculous. Nothing's been done yet. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It should have been done that day. They should have said, okay, we are going to make an arrest. We are going to remove her temporarily while an investigation's done and put a new victim's advocate in, or we'll start using the victim's advocate from another county and we'll assign her to that other county. That's how you do this stuff. But instead, they just want to slow walk it. And I've experienced this. For those of you who've been watching the show and who've watched my other stuff, I've been getting harassed for the last several years. And what I keep getting is I report stuff on a timely manner. I report it. And then what happens is everybody slow walks and, well, we don't know. And I keep screaming from the mountaintops, this needs to be taken care of. And then they try to say, well, this is actually kind of old. It's like, it's not old because I didn't report it. It's old because you didn't do anything. I can't wait until both videos are released for us to see. Yeah, it will be a matter of time. Florida is very open. I think that Jeremy said that their cases are being moved out of Levy County. They are. But it shouldn't have had to come to that. It's because Levy County hasn't done anything, and now they're facing a 14th Amendment lawsuit. Good afternoon from the UK. Where are you at in the UK? Because we'll do a short little unboxing here too. Case was moved to another county. Rhett should have immediately been arrested. Absolutely hogwash. Judge Thomas didn't know about the assault too. You would think in a small courthouse like that, a small county, small courthouse, that he knew. He was playing dumb. In my opinion, he was playing dumb. Jeremy's video, he received a letter signed by DeSantis, the governor. Yep. Check out Jeremy's stream. Go to What the Hells and check out his live stream. Or no, that was on I think Thursday's video. So check that one out. They appointed another judge in a new county now. Yep, the governor's involved now. And see, this is because of all you guys, because we've been pushing everything. Uh, the governor's office is now getting involved. So that's why our petition is so important. In fact, let me put that one up. Okay, yeah. Hashtag. Oh, yeah. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? It's in the. Hold on here. It's that I believe it's in the description of this video. Let me check. There we go. Do we have it? Oh no, I took it out for the comedy night. Okay. For those of you near LA, we have a comedy night going. But let me take a look at other videos I did because it was in. I'll put the I'll put it in the description or in a pinned comment after I'm done. So you know what? Let me just go ahead and I'll do that after the fact. So that'll be my to-do list. But yeah, I'll put the petition, and that's why all of you who signed that petition, we were up to 4,700 people who signed. That's why it's so important, because now with this other stuff, they're getting it from multiple ends. And when you don't shut up, when you don't refuse to do, or when you refuse to let this stuff go, that's when you start getting action. And it shows that we're organized. We are so passionate about this that we're organized. And politicians get very scared of uh, people who are organized, because when you get 4,700 people who sign things, and again, that means that with 4,700 people signing, that means that there's more people, normally like 10 times more, I think is what they scientifically say for statistics, who are just as invested. So that would mean probably about 50,000 people are just as invested. And let's say 10 to 20,000 of those are actual Florida residents and Florida voters. That shows that, sorry, it's asking me my petitions. So let's pull that up. Yep, Judge DeSantis. So we are at 4,800, 4,856 signatures right now. So that's why that's so important, is to get so when Governor DeSantis and his people are walking into this, they're like, oh, there's already a petition out there, and we've gotten emails on it, we've gotten mail about it. Like, the people are really up in arms, and that's how we get this stuff going. I do want to get one for Amanda Martin going eventually, but right now the emphasis, is on Save Harley Grace. And this is Save Harley Grace's. So we're at $37,413 dollars raised. Obviously, this doesn't include the $16,000 that Jeremy Hales raised for Harley on that one. So we're getting there. We are getting there with that one, but that's the priority right now. We already did the judge stuff, but we're gonna keep up the pressure. And we're going to do more of this organizational stuff. And I think Amanda Martin will be my next petition that I do. Hi from the Netherlands. So, yeah. So let's do a quick unboxing. I bought these maps. I'm going to put them over here on this. I'm going to move these pictures. And I want to get a backing for this. And I'm going to start putting in a pin. So I got two maps here. So this is... a U.S. map right there, and then a non-colorful one on the back side. But I think I like the color one, unless you guys think we should go with the non-colored one. And then I've got the world map and a non-colored one on the back. So I will start. So we're in the Netherlands. I'll start writing these down, and that way I can start putting a pin in where you guys are and start tracking where you guys are from in all the world. So for those of you who don't know, right there's the Netherlands. That's home to the Hague. I'm trying to think, what are other cool things about the Netherlands? But we'll do stuff like that. So I'm going to get those hung up there, And yeah, that way I can both a U.S. map and a world map, so I can start tracking where all you guys are, and that'll be a fun thing that we can do. Um, Post it. I haven't signed it. Okay, so yeah, I will for the petition. I'll put that. There'll be a replay. This after I'm done with this, it'll go up, and I'll make sure that I put the link to it in one of the pinned comments. Actually, can I pin it right now? I might be able to pin it right now. Let's see. So there's copy. Let me turn down my thing so you guys don't get any feedback. Let's see, veteran nation. There we are. Okay, here's my live. Okay, I'm putting it in the chat right now. There you guys go. So, yeah, we'll, in fact, here, I'll put it there. Is this going to let me? No, it's not going to. Okay. So there it is right there. But yeah, that's in the chat. In the chat, so you guys will on YouTube, so you guys will be able to catch it there. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, and I see we got some people from Facebook or Twitter, I'll get it there as well. But it has been posted wherever you're finding the stream. It has been posted there before, so I'll try to get it up there. But we're close. We're close to that 5,000. I hope for 2, and we were way over that. So that I'm very happy with how many that we got. 2,000 is really whenever I do these petitions, my low goal is normally like 700 because that shows, hey, organization. But to like really have an impact, you want over 2,000. We got almost 5, so we're doing really great. So, I think the corruption will just go underground. So it will. That is actually a natural state. It will go underground, but okay, by fighting this stuff, what it does is it emboldens people who hate corruption. So while it may go underground, there are still going to be people who are paying attention and people who, sorry, I'm picking up the trash, and it will go. There'll be people then who have seen stuff over the years and whatnot. They'll be more likely to stand up. Oh, you're near Rotterdam. Okay, so I will put that down. Rotterdam, Netherlands. I haven't been to the Netherlands yet, but I do want to take a veteran nation trip to obviously I'd like to do a video at Normandy, and we'll probably do some more traveling around Europe. I do enjoy traveling around Europe. I haven't been to the Netherlands yet, but we'll probably hop on a train and do that. And yeah, Netherlands will definitely be a stop. I've been through, let's see, Copenhagen. I've been through Switzerland, Germany, driven through all those. We need to remove the corruption out of our creek so good citizens can breathe again. Well, the good thing is so on Tuesday there is a town hall meeting, and all 4 people who were running for seats will all be seated. There's no election because Stewart dropped out, which means only 4 people qualified for those seats. It'll be Rust the Sauce. It'll be his last hurrah. It's sad because I really wanted to find a pizza delivery place that comes to Otter Creek and send Russ a farewell pizza, but they don't have a lot of food delivery options down there. I was calling around Chiefland and Brownson, seeing if I could send stuff. Otter Creek should unincorporate. I agree they should unincorporate, but make the town council a special district for water because they still have to protect their water. And a special district is a perfect way to do that. And really, I don't see why they should be a town. There's nothing really else that they do. Everything else is gone. The fire department's gone. I mean, they could be a recreational district, but no one's taking care of the what do I say of uh, the park that's there. Really, if they want to generate some money, and they could do this even if they were a special, if they were a water district. What they should do is put in a public pool because if you put in a public pool, you charge, residents. Hey, you get, you put in a public pool with like water slides and stuff. Residents, yeah, it's like, you can buy a membership for a year, or it's going to be like $3. And for non-residents, and that's my local area. We do the same thing. It's going to be, like $7 or $8. The only thing here in my town is we don't have any cool water slides or anything. Now there is one down in Palm Desert, California. They have a whole aquatic center, and they have like water slides and stuff. It's a really great place. I love taking like my son and his friends down there. It's a good time. My son is like, Dad, can we go to that water thing again? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. We need to remove the corruption on Otter Creek so good citizens can breathe again. Here's a better picture. Mom, here's a better picture, and stubborn is their middle name. Yep. Otter Creek should unincorporate it. New York was first from a Netherlander. Its name was New Amsterdam. That's our capital. It is. And yeah, New York was New Amsterdam. Also, what was the other one that I'm trying to think okay. The New York Yankees, that comes from the Netherlands as well, because there were just a few families that initially colonized New York, and that's where we get Yankees, because a lot of them were named Jan or had the last name Keys. So whenever people would go to what is now Manhattan, they would be like, "Oh, you're gonna go see the Yankees," and that turned into Yankees, and now we have the New York Yankees. People from the South would call me Yankee, but that's where that all comes from. So it's interesting how these things develop and change. So we got 60 people here watching. Most of you guys are on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe. Hitting that like button, giving comments is always the greatest thing. Amanda Martin, the good thing is she is not an elected official. That means it's going to be very easy to, I wouldn't say remove her, but sorry, the animals, as you can see behind me, the animals are, we got some sun glare. They're deciding they want to play and wrestle. I've got my place is trashed because we're actually doing a neighborhood yard sale like in this area, even though I don't really live in a neighborhood. But I do have all my stuff that I've been getting ready for doing this stream and whatnot. I've got my pop-up tent. I've got my flags for Veteran Nation. The one is right here. So I'm gonna be taking those out, and I'll have a donation thing. So be selling a lot of old stuff, and that will all go towards helping local veterans out here. So I might do a live stream later on today while I'm doing that. So that'll be that'll be a good thing. The judge was told in the court video by Shockett. He was, but I guarantee you, I think he knew beforehand. He was just playing dumb. Russ actually gets the boot. He was a one-year seat and didn't file the re-election forms. Well, actually, it's Russ's own fault that he was a one-year seat. His administration didn't do the due diligence. Him and Mary wrote things up badly where they didn't say, hey, these people are going for a 2-year seat. These people are going for a 1-year seat. Instead, it was a jungle election where everybody was going for 3 seats. I believe it was 3 seats, and they didn't say, okay, this is 1, this is a 2-year. And Madam Mayor, they took a vote on it, and everyone said, no, we want Russ to have the 1-year seat. And if Russ had a problem with it at that time, he should have sued. He should have had an attorney and sued. But instead, just sitting back and saying, you can't do this. Okay, well, guess what? It's precedent now. It is precedent now. Water you would use in the pool, they would have to over-chlorinate it. Here's the thing. They would have to chlorinate it. Absolutely, they would. It would have to be filtered. But, I mean, I don't see that as anything different than, normal. I'm very involved with the water here in my area. Every water needs to have chlorine. Your pool alone is over-chlorinated. You can't drink out of your pool water because of so much chlorine. So, yeah, it's just chemicals. You'll just be putting chemicals in there. But I think that would be a good way for the town to, one, give something that the residents could use, and make money off of. And if there were like water slides and stuff, I could see where other areas would be like, oh, we're going to go to the Otter Creek Water Park. Nice thought to have a water park if water was safe in Otter Creek. Okay, so the water in Otter Creek is not safe to drink. That doesn't mean it's not safe for other stuff. It might feel gross, but non-potable water can absolutely. Every swimming pool is non-potable water, so you can swim in it most times as long as there's no bacteria in it. But again, if you're throwing chlorine in it like you would any other pool, if you're shocking it like you would any other pool, it should be just fine. I would put it through several filtration processes so it looks clean. They have almost two holiday parks. They just need one attraction. What the Willis is trying to create Tube Town on part of Hell's property. That I think what Willis is doing is great. And if you guys don't subscribe to Willis's channel, yeah, what you doing, Willis? Here, I'll show you guys a couple people if you're not subscribed to, you should be. So this is DJ Radis. He has some really funny videos. Let's see, where is there it is. So like, can you guys hear that okay? But that's DJ Reddish. You guys should absolutely be. That's my boy from. If you're in Facebook, we're in the Otter Creek, the Shady Bunch. We're both admins there, and he and I have been on top of this story since I think we linked up in June. That's how long we've been linking up for this. Okay, so what was I looking up? Oh, okay, I want to make sure I get his actual. Okay, what you doing, Willis? So this is Willis's page at WHATCHA doing Willis. He's got 22,000 subscribers, so let's get him some more. Let's bump that up a little bit. But he's doing some great stuff. He's trying to build uh, uh, a mini golf. So and a couple other things. He's helping Jeremy. I think Jeremy said he wants to do a Airbnb. So they're doing good stuff there. Keys is also a first name, typically Dutch and Jan as well. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I was thinking it was a last name, but yeah, Jan and Keys were the first names, and that's where we get Yankees. Too bad Florida doesn't have equivalent to our Texas Rangers. Corruption will be taken care of in any county. You know what? You are so lucky to have the Texas Rangers, and that is actually true. I wish more states had something like that. I also wish more states went to where if there's a citizen group who overlooks your police force, because a lot of this corruption happens because your police force is, they're the enforcement arm and they don't really do a whole lot. But if your police force and your DA has someone on the outside looking in, we have that problem here. I'm in California, San Bernardino County. Last week, we just had a deputy sheriff arrested on gun charges and gang related activity. Here he was buying guns using his deputy status to get all these guns and whatnot, and he was giving them to the Mongols, the motorcycle gang. It's just ridiculous. And if we had some type of outside agency, not internal affairs, and there should be internal affairs, but there should also be an outside agency run by citizens, preferably one that is accountable to the voters, that come in and look at what your police and DA are doing, because most times there's no one looking in. I mean, and you see that where there's less accountability, that's where you get problems. So on judgeships, which I think all of the U.S. judicial system is in bad need of a reform, but that's where you get rogue judges who just want to do what they want to do. If someone would invest in vacation condos at the golf course or other entertainment, Otter Creek would become a vacation hub. It's prime location to larger cities in the area. So a golf course would bring a lot of stuff. Those are always pretty popular. I think there's a golf course nearby. Condos, I mean, you'll get a lot of sprawl with that, but there's things that you can do right along the highway. Absolutely. If the citizens of Otter Creek have to determine what's best for them. They made a mess for sure. Russ was sabotaging the efforts of the mayor to get things in order. He should have been ousted when he wouldn't cooperate. Yep, yep, very true. Good afternoon from the UK. I love your plain speaking and unbiased viewpoints. Well, actually, I do have a biased viewpoint. I am first to admit that. I am biased, but I'm willing to accept my bias and willing to have people challenge me. Where in the UK are you from, Mad Englishman? Also, we've got 70 people. Everybody hit the like, share, subscribe as we go. Jane Jungle Safari says no, nope. Sorry, I forget which question that was. I was asking. Sorry. Russ took the park area away, the basketball courts, etc. To no one can picnic or use the area. Yeah, it's wasted land. They should put something in there. I'm not saying it has to be a pool. I'm not saying it has to be a water park. I just know in Florida it's going to be hot. People like water in Florida. I mean, you could do something there. You could absolutely do something there. I mean, if a museum wants to open there, put something. But I also think that would be a smart thing for the schoolhouse too. Part of the schoolhouse being a museum, and I know Jeremy has discussed that. But that schoolhouse, it's a historical, almost a historical landmark of Otter Creek. What you doing, Will, says hilarious. Rick Gore says they are corrupt too. He's an ex-cop and retired military. Rick has good luck, America. You couldn't hear the DJ video. Okay. So DJ Radis has some fun stuff. Yeah. I had that problem beforehand with the audio when I don't use OBS with the stream. For some reason, it doesn't bring it in. I've got music options here with Restream. I just did this because there's a couple people, and if they jump in, they may want to join the stream. So I wanted that to be kind of an option. A couple people who talk about this stuff who are fans. These animals are crazy. These animals are just nuts. A splash pad is a great cool down. Yeah. I think that's smart too. A splash pad. Yeah. I live in a small village in Lincolnshire. Okay, Lincolnshire. I'll write that down because I'm gonna put the map up, and where everyone is, I'll make sure that we're okay. Lincolnshire is pretty big. If you can give me close to like the biggest city close to it, I don't need to know exactly where you're at, but close to it, and I can get a pin in, because I mean it'll look like this. So yeah. Well, actually, no, Lincolnshire is close enough because this shows Manchester, London, Wales, Edinburgh, Glasgow. Like you can barely see the Isle of Man on this. I love how we still stick with these old maps that they throw off the size of everything. Has your life always been so pathetic that all you have is your evil overlord, Jeremy Holes? I bet it has. You're a loser. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for your comment, MBB. I'm a loser. Okay. We got people on Twitter, people on Facebook, people on YouTube. Everybody hit the like and share. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate it because we are all losers. Our life revolves around Jeremy Hales, this little stream that we do. It's near the bottom of Lincolnshire. Okay, perfect. Kevin is in the Gold Coast of Australia. Let me know, Kevin, a little bit closer so I can put a pin in the map because I will hang up the map and try to get this up. What's your take on some of the anti-Hales blowback from a couple of YouTube? No need to mention names. I'm all about everyone having their own opinion, but some posts have gone a bit too far. Well, I'll tell you this right now. I really don't have any sympathy for MLS. He doesn't have, well, he lost his channel. Apparently, he started a new channel. MLS was violating Jeremy's trademark. I pointed out when Marla first posted one of his videos. Like that was the first thing I was like, "Oh, that's a violation of Jeremy's uh, uh, trademark." And if you're in Facebook, if you're in the Shady Bunch group, you saw my post, and some people were. I was like, "Hey, feel free to report if you guys want." And some people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this." I was like, "Look, I didn't tell anybody to report. I just posted it, made people aware, said report it or not. I don't care." Um, and I know they're saying that Jeremy had it taken down. I know Jeremy did a claim to say, "Hey, take my trademark out of there. At what the hell's take that out of there." And he did use some of Jeremy's copyrighted stuff. I know people are like, no, it's a FOIA request. Okay, well, if it's a FOIA request, post the whole unredacted video and audio. So then we know it's a FOIA. It came from a FOIA request. You notice they're not doing that. And they're not doing that because I believe they just took the audio from Jeremy, but they tried to change it a little bit to make it look like it wasn't Jeremy's audio. Very easy to do. But if it's again, for those of you who've seen some of the stuff I've done, like when I got attacked over my service dog, which I've got a playlist on my YouTube, service dog harassment and corruption. Go in there, you'll see I've got the short. These animals, these animals are crazy. They are just going after each other. Um, I've got the short video with all the highlights, but then I put the full unedited video up there. I was doing a live stream. So anyone can go in there and see everything of what was going on because, my degree is in journalism. So I always want to be open, honest, show everybody here's what's happening with this. I don't want there to be any issues of people being able to say I'm being, dishonest or, having lies by omission, because that's how a lot of people, they'll be like, well, I didn't lie to you. No, you kept information away from me, and that's a lie by omission. So yeah, that's um uh so that's what people tend to do. um Sorry, I'm trying to pull up a video that I can turn on because I actually need to go and get some more coffee. Um, so what I will do is I will put this up. I know you guys can't see, you won't be able to hear it, but you'll at least have something visually that when I go in the other room and I bring in my coffee and my carafe, you'll be able to watch something because I'll be back in just 2 seconds. Um, but this way you can watch YouTube, and I'll be right back. There we go. All right, I'm back. I got my big old carafe of coffee. It's only about half full though. I got my thing if I need to warm it up. Okay, let's get back to what's that is people want to pet service dogs. So I get a lot of people who want to pet Glory. And the thing is, I only have attacks in certain places or if certain people are doing certain things. So I will give Glory. She does have a command where she can visit with other people. She'll go up and sniff other people, but she knows that she's working and she's not really allowed to be pet. So she'll like, and people go to pet her. If I haven't given her the command, she'll kind of like recoil. But I get a lot of people who ask me if they can pet her, and I I'll be like, just let me give her the command, and that way she knows I'm still the boss. I'm giving all the commands, and most people are pretty respectful. People just like dogs. She's a very sweet and loving dog. The only thing I do is sometimes I do get people who want to start playing with her, and that's a big no-no because we can actually be thrown out of places if she becomes unruly in any way. I put in to join the Shady Bunch. Okay, yeah. Here, let me go there and make sure if they haven't accepted you already. We will accept you. Oh, okay, you're in there. I see you. Okay. I'm just laughing because over the last year of doing all this, there are people who've been involved on at least the Facebook side who th- like they wanna help, they wanna do all this stuff, but they're very invested in creating drama. I troll, but I'm literally doing it for laughs and like trying to make people laugh. For instance, I posted a video from Ace Ventura yesterday, and I said, "This is Lynette, uh, the shipping company she used for the turtle," and it was Ace Ventura where he's got the package and he's throwing it all around. I'm just being funny. I'm just trolling. Like I'm not invested in like some of the stuff, but we got some people who are very invested in the drama. Like literally have like we've had to throw people out of various groups because like, hey, you're taking it too far. Like you are trying to like interfere with people's lives who really are not involved in this. No audio, just the video when they were at the street in front of the driveway. John had a walker because of his operation. Jeremy Hale's 10 feet, 10 feet. Um, um, yeah, the with that one, um, with that video, John should have absolutely started like he could have said, "Look, I couldn't move out of the way fast enough because of my knee," but he didn't attempt to move, and that's why made John guilty. Did all you guys see Larry, the DUI guy? Did you see his picture of of John? Now they were showing how he's got the a different leg wrapped. Um, I would have to look at that a little bit closer. He might have 2 bad knees, I don't know. And I've got bad knees and back problems, so I'm willing to say, like, I know how my right ankle causes me a lot of pain on my left side because it changes the way I walk. I'm just now getting over my back and hip were bad for, like, 2 straight weeks, and, it's all because I've got a bad right ankle. I didn't have it wrapped when I was doing something very physical, and it caused me pain on my left side because I compensate, and that's what happens to me. So I don't want to say like, oh, he's faking or anything. Like I do know he has had legitimate medical procedures, but I will call John out on the stuff that is absolute BS. Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. It's the only place to live in the OZ. Okay. Um, Gold Coast, Queensland. Okay, I've got it written down. So when I get these hung, I'll start putting pins in. Jeremy has publicly said anyone can use his videos as long as they are used in their entirety, not cut or altered. Nobody has gotten copyrighted that have used his videos. There have been people copyrighted, if I remember correctly, but yeah, they were doing exactly, they were altering them. But the trademark infringement, like TC, who I don't want to, promote, because I don't like his attitude on things. He needs to change his attitude. He's been trademarked by Jeremy. He was using, I believe Jeremy has what the hell's trademarked. Um, which is incredibly smart. It's not like a copyright. With a copyright, you just have to assert your ownership, and you can do that in your videos. In fact, I believe in a lot of my videos, and I definitely on my Twitter, I've got, hey, um, all original media is the copyright of me. So I assert that copyright, but not just for me. If I put out other people's stuff by me asserting that copyright, uh, I'm not stealing their copyright, but I am asserting it because if I have permission to push their stuff and they've never asserted their copyright, I'm actually protecting them as well. Um, My feeling is that anti-Hales YouTubers just didn't like Jeremy's personality. But most of the people. I had a here. I'll post his thing. I had a gentleman named Stu coming after me on Twitter, uh, but he's a Hales hater. Where is that here? So he's a Hales hater, and I posted the Save Harley Grace. So if you're on Twitter, can we get that to where it's blurry? Sorry. So uh, his at name is at Stupendous, Stupendus 989. So this is Stu Moran. He writes for criticalblast.com. Uh, Another guy posted that because he does movie reviews, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to be associated with this?" I was just making fun of him. I was like, "Really? You're gonna?" Because he was coming and responding to my videos and stuff about saving Harley Grace, which, um, let's see, I'll put that back up. Let's try to get some people the Save Harley Grace. This one is in the description. I think I did fix that. I don't think Restream purged it. We're up to 37,000. So if everybody can go in there and give $5 today, let's save Harley Grace. She's little girl. She's in an abusive situation. And I posted about this, and Stu jumped in, was like, Jeremy's getting people copyrighted. I was like, first off, I don't really care. Like, I'll talk about it, but like, I'm not going to do anything about it. It's up to Jeremy if he wants to have copyright. Like, if you think it's unjust, contact YouTube. But for those who have a problem, it's like, okay, well, YouTube is very restrictive. And we've seen that YouTube has canceled people. Like, I have a Rumble, but I really don't post to it. It's really just a backup in case if this YouTube ever gets taken down. And I was in some very significant fear during the whole COVID thing because I had 3 copyright strikes for medical misinformation. I've since appealed those, the ones that I were still open for me to appeal. I did appeal and they got removed because we now know it's not medical information. But the ones back then that I appealed, there's still strikes against me. Granted, they're so old and whatnot that YouTube, unless if I start really doing bad stuff on this channel, but I do have a Rumble just in case if they take this thing away. But I really think, if anything, YouTube is being challenged by X. X is trying to become, or Twitter. It's trying to become the new video platform, and I am doing great on Twitter. The most people I've following me than I ever have had, because I've lost a couple accounts on old Twitter, but with Elon Musk, it's really hard for them to take down my account now. But that's where, if I'm investing anything of where I think this show is going, it'll be there. So yeah, I don't really care about most people are just attacking stuff, but Stu definitely is one of those. I also had a guy, maybe I can find his Wotek Walla. Just watch out for these guys. They're just really scummy. They're if I can find it here. Some of these people I've blocked, so yeah, it's so buried now. Maybe I can find it this way. Um, bu- 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 oh, here's one at Jeremy's Pipe. So that's a hater right there. At Jeremy's underscore pipe. So if you're on there, block that guy because all you're gonna get is anti-Jeremy stuff. Um, but yeah, that's I've screenshotted some of these guys. I have posted in the Shady Bunch just so that all of you who are good people and enjoy the hills, so you can just block some of these haters out of your life. That that makes them mad more than anything. They lose it. Um, yes, an MLS was not very nice person in that part of the video. Yeah, I just don't think he was that good of a lawyer. Like people someone told me that Tug was talking about it. Now, comicblast.com does work with Tug. So Stu Moran, one of the haters, the one that came after me posting the Harley Gray stuff, he writes for Comic Blast. Comic Blast works with Tug. So make sure you make Tug aware that comicblast.com is supporting Jeremy Hale's haters. and like literally people who are perfectly fine with the abuse of Harley Grace. According to JC, he has both knees operated on. Yeah, yeah, he's got bad knees. So I don't. People who are like, oh, he's got it on the wrong knee. I don't think it's any big of a problem. Um, I agree with you on this. Sometimes he does come off as a dick. But if they were going through what Jeremy and George have been going through, they may understand it more. I see a lot of myself in Jeremy. That is why we're both Ohio boys. We're both Buckeyes. I know where he's from. I've known a lot of people from there. I see a lot of myself in him. Like we do a lot of the same things. I just don't. His passions are in different areas where mine are. So, you know, but I see there's a lot of understanding that if you don't like him, just the worst thing you can do is block and ignore Jeremy. That's the worst thing that you could ever do to him because then he'll never get any views from you. But all these people, like we had MMB coming in here and telling me I'm a loser. Okay, thanks. Like you're really not bothering me. Um, I also laugh about death threats. I was a Marine. I lived in the Middle East. You think I haven't gotten death threats? You think I'm scared of any of you guys? Like, literally, I bought quite literally a compound in the desert. Come on by. I'll see you coming. And this is a castle doctrine state. So I hope if you want to come at me with any type of violence, violence is what you're going to find. Uh, he probably had a second surgery. It's still funny though. Yeah, yeah. Like I, people like him hate being mocked. That's why he's mad. He hates being mocked. Uh, with Lynette, it's she knows she can't scam. That's why she doesn't like it. The picture of the child sleeping on the rock peed me off. That's the reason I refused to watch MLS. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think being a Jeremy Hales hater is going to pull you in anything because Jeremy and George have done so many good things for so many people. That's I A couple of years ago, I had a group of veterans coming after me claiming I was stolen valor. And what was funny about it is they had also gone after Gretchen from Coda Vets. Now, if you're on Twitter, you definitely know Coda Vets most likely. She puts up veterans, says, "Hey, this is a homeless vet. He needs this, this, and this," and people just donate to her. And these were guys who attacked her, and I actually got their attack site taken down. um they were going by Valkyries of Honor, and they were just people who were, yeah, they were veterans, but they had a lot of mental illness, and they were just upset if people said certain things. If you didn't toe a certain ideological line, then they were going to attack you. And while while I kind of ideologically politically aligned with them, I was like, look, these are veterans. They've earned the right to say whatever the hell they want. If anyone has, they've earned this free speech. They were willing to sacrifice. So veterans who politically don't agree with me, I don't really care. You don't have to agree with me. You have that right. It's Voltaire. I hate what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. You know, Sorry, the stream deck is back up, so we now have. It's trying to restore connection. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm all this just for some audio files. Okay, connect, connect. Maybe I have to close this out on the computer. There we go. Back up. Are you connecting? There we go. Dad, what are you doing? It's Shark Week. It's Shark Week, Dad. Emotional damage. Okay, now I can have fun with that again. I don't like TC either, but he's been pulling his head in lately. TC scared. Stu moron. Yep, Stu is a moron. If you're on Facebook, you've probably seen Stu Moran stuff. Guy out of Michigan, but go to Critical Blast and let them and Tub know that he supports child abuse. Because if you're fighting against child abuse, you must be for it. And that's one thing we here, I'll put it back up again. Make sure you donate to Harley Grace. Let's see, have we gotten anything? So nothing yet. So make sure you guys go to the GoFundMe. It is in the description of the video. So make sure you donate just $5 or share it and get someone to donate $5 so we can save a little girl from an abusive situation. The haters do not know the complete backstory. Actually, some of them do, but what you find when you start looking into them, like we found that one pedophile who was supporting, and he was that was the guy that was posting Jeremy's family's stuff. Yeah, that was a pedophile out of Nebraska. A guy uh, who was posting child porn. Uh, that's the type of people, abusers, criminals. Well, I've talked about it here on the show. Maybe I can pull it up. One guy who came after me turned out he was a father of a serial killer from Alaska, and he had been involved in that case because he was tampering with evidence. So these are the type of people. They know the backstory. They're just horrible people. I've watched What the Hells for years, and I've noticed the stress that LP and JC put him and George through. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, especially George. She doesn't deserve all the stuff that she went through. We got 97 people here, a couple on Twitter, some of you guys on Facebook, a bunch of you on YouTube. Please hit the like, and thank you for the comments. Share this as well. So much. I thank you so much for what you're doing with this. Um, I was septic twice in my life, both times 45 days in the hospital, in a room cooled at 62 IV with a morphine drip. Um, yeah, I don't think Lynette was. Oh, my thing is shutting back down again. I don't think Lynette was. I think he had the potential to become septic. I don't think he actually was. TC is a menace. He isn't even a resident in Otter Creek. Yeah, he's in Elsie, which is right down the road. He has the right to show up to stuff, but he really needs to. He's just trying to build his brand off Jeremy. He said Jeremy was arrested. Not true. He tried to cash in on What the Hells is now trying to cash in on fake news. Yep. Oh yeah, yeah. Lots of meds. I have Crohn's disease. Well, I hope you're doing well with that now, Carol. TC is now buying storage units. He's an idiot. Okay, let's face facts. He's an idiot. He does not know how to do this stuff. He is going to lose money. He's going to lose money doing it because he just doesn't like. He just doesn't know like how to do it all himself. If he were actually, okay with Jeremy, I have zero doubts would help him. In fact, I reached out to the What the Hell's email the other day. Hold on, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. These are all Air Jordans. So these are all Air Jordans that I purchased, several months ago. In one case, I think a year ago, I purchased. So these are never worn Air Jordans. And I know that shoes are collectible. I was at a place where these were on sale, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I do know that these are worth money and they're collectible. And they're never been worn. So these are considered dead stock. There's no creases or anything. So I purchased these, but I am not a shoe collector per se. And I'm also not a reseller. But I was like, you know what? I know these are worth something. I'll just buy them and figure out where to sell them later after a while. And I reached out to them and just asked them. I was like, hey, do you know of any shoe collectors? Do you guys, sell these type of things? And they did. I don't know who it was. It was probably like Deanna or one of the people. They responded back to me and they gave me some pretty good advice. They weren't the only ones that I talked to. Some other people were telling me like places where I could go to sell these. So I've got these. I've even had people say I should do an online auction for these shoes. There's other things that I can get. I'm just not much of a reseller. Really, I don't want to do too much with it because I don't have a place to keep stock. Like I will sell these and get them out of here. I don't want them sitting around. I pulled them out of, they were just sitting in the back of a closet for several months. I actually bought them before I moved. So, I've got that, but I'm I'm willing to understand. I don't know this market. Like I wouldn't, being a reseller, I wouldn't know what to do. So I reached out to people, not just Jeremy, but other people who had expertise and could, help me not make mistakes that they probably have made along the way. I learn from your mistakes, also learn from others' mistakes. I don't think Biscuit Boy is smart enough to do that. So he's going to have a steep learning curve. Biscuit Boy was in serious copyright violations and refused to cease and desist. Absolutely. MLS should correct the issue, cease and desist as well. I guarantee you he's been sent to cease and desist at this point now, because he's very public with his law firm. And you think a lawyer would just know, okay, I'm not to use copyrighted material. He's getting it from other people, mainly Marla Hughes. But why would you trust someone else? And if you're going to post it, say, look, this could be taken down. Here's what I was told about it. So that way, later on, there's no, if there's something you can say, look, I didn't have the intent to break the law. Just like how when I was attacked with my service dog, I did a live stream. It was going live on Facebook. And I said during the live stream, I said, I am just waiting for the sheriff now. They have told me to leave and they told me that they were calling the sheriff. I don't want to leave and the sheriff have to look for me. I'm going to stay here and wait for the sheriff because before I leave, they're going to give me an incident number and I will leave peacefully, but they'll give me an incident number and then I can do a civil rights complaint on this business who is not serving me because of my service dog. That was my intent. And I said that live on stream, but the sheriff was taking a long time to get there. It's an hour and 50-minute stream. And the owner of the place decided to attack me rather than just calmly wait for the sheriff. So when the sheriff came, they actually told the sheriff that I attacked them, which I had a live video where I was peacefully protesting. And I was able to show that to the sheriff and say, no, I was not doing that. And I was just waiting for you guys because you guys would have given me an incident number. I would have happily left and never come back to this place, but they would have gotten a civil rights complaint and a fine. But I needed to have that number because that number was my proof that this occurred. Because if not, then you lack standing in the court. So you have to understand the American courts. For those of you joining from England and whatnot, sorry if you don't understand the American courts. I know they can be confusing some days. Sepsis is very serious. Hope you're all well now. Oh, Conspiracy Kitty is here live with us. It's not allowing me to play the buttons because I would be playing his little sound. What are you doing? Cat, you're in my way. Do I have to spray you? No? Okay. I grabbed the sprayer and he's like, okay, yeah, I'm out of here. I hope when they say they are septic, I call BS. Your camera is reversed and it just turned off my monitor when my iPad fell. Your camera is reversed, just saying. On this one, no, I don't think this is reversed. Here, I've been writing down where people are from. You guys should be able to read it. Okay. Actually, yeah, it is reversed. Because hold on here. I believe I can switch that. Video settings. There we go. There we go. Better. Now you guys should be able to read where I wrote all the places down. So, do you guys like it better this way? It wasn't looking reversed to me because as I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, it's on my left, and it was on the left side of the screen here. When they're septic, I call BS. I'm totally well watching food intake. Good. Carol Murphy, I think they are septic to society. They love to hate Jeremy. It's a passion for them. As a person who's had knee and leg surgeries, JC having braces and wrappings on both legs doesn't bother me one little bit, unless JC doing this is to support his own disability claims. Thank you for serving. That's from Factum Diversified. Thank you for being worth serving. I appreciate all of you. Skipper, I wouldn't hold that against you, of course. I'm from Michigan. Question now. Silverman injected himself in charges from Ohio. He is subject to being called to Ohio. He's also subject to being called for Lynette's contempt of court in Florida because she said that he could be at, she said that he said she could be at town hall. So he now can't represent her for that. I've been a fan since before George was in the picture. I feel for them. I've never met them, but I can sympathize with them on the bad neighbors who don't let up. Yeah, there are some people who've accused me of doing this because I want to curry favor with Jeremy and George. I will likely never meet Jeremy and George. I'm on the other side of the country, but I support what they do. Don't care if I ever meet them or not. They're just good people. I would like to meet some of you people. If you are fans, if you're part of the support squad, and that's what I'm calling you all now, fans of this show, you're the Veteran Nation support squad because we do a lot of stuff to try to help other people as well. So you're my support squad. But yeah, if any of you are driving through Southern California and want to have lunch or something, or if if I'm traveling and I'm coming to your area, I would love to meet up. And if you don't want to come on camera, that's fine. I like knowing who I'm talking to. I'm not a politically aligned for a lot of people. I either follow or watch on YouTube, but I look at not having tunnel vision on my own alignment. Yeah. And there are people who follow who are like, look, I just don't like Jeremy, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine. But once you cross that line, you start actively doing stuff, that's when it becomes a problem. I'm trying to get caught up with all this chat. Went and subscribed to all the channel that are not for what the hell's. Okay. I already gave on the night it launched. I appreciate that. We do need to keep giving to the GoFundMe. I gave another $20 the other day. JC is originally from Nebraska, probably knows the guy personally. Maybe they were sharing the child corn. IRS will catch up to TC. IRS and disability. Only watched one MLS video partway through. I had subscribed. I unsubscribed even faster. Denise Detterville says, I agree with you, Skipper. Thank you. You need a certain acumen to run even a whole small business. TC has none whatsoever. TC did not buy a storage unit. He bought stuff from a friend's yard sale. Whatever. I mean, I'm a reseller. That's how I found JH. Hence my name. That's my business name for 20 years. Jane's Jungle Safari. Jane, where is your reseller stuff? Jane's Jungle Safari. Do you have a website? Are you on Mercari? Are you on eBay? And you let us know because we want to support all the people here. So we want to find out where your online thing is. And if you ever want to come on the show, let me know and we can highlight you more. I feel like JH has done a lot for the LawTube. They have gotten a lot of subs and views with What the Hell's Brand. It sickens me to see people like MLS use GH and anyone that supports them. Yeah, they're drama sells. They're just trying to create drama. I thought I would give MLS a chance, so I watched a couple of his videos. He definitely wasn't impressed. I maybe watched about 15 seconds of one of his videos, and I was like, yeah, no. He said something that I was like, a lawyer shouldn't be saying that, and I was like, I'm not gonna. Him and the other guy out there that I'm like, oh, I am gonna stay away from that guy is Chili DeCastro. Way before his problems in Las Vegas, I had seen some of his stuff, and I was like, nope, I'm staying away from this guy. And I'm big in the First Amendment audit community, and a lot of people there love him. I don't get why he's just a bad attorney. MLS has called all of Jeremy's supporters chickens. Okay. The Angry Vet is here. Good morning, Kevin. Everyone go check out Kevin's channel, The Angry Vet, at The Angry Vet. Storage sheds and reselling is an easy business unless you know what's valuable and what's trash, and it takes years of research and experience. Absolutely. I bought these shoes because I know Air Jordans are valuable. Even the cheap ones, they're valuable. And when things get discontinued, they go up in value. So I have these. I'm not a shoe collector. I do know people who are. I just need to figure out where should I sell these? What's the best route? I know people were telling me StockX and a couple other websites. Good people like to watch DUI Guy, Megan Fox, and Umbrella Guy. Yeah, DUI Guy and Umbrella Guy. I've been watching for years. Megan Fox is a new follow for me, but I'm enjoying a lot of her stuff. MG Law has a good one I do like him as well. He's done some videos on Chili DeCastro. Um, that guy's just a bad attorney, just a bad, like he's gotten himself into problems. You have to forget TC, as he has been sent a cease and desist, and is apparently from his videos shutting up and doing just his own thing finally. They should have done that a year ago, June. Last June they were sent this, June is when we know they received the cease and desist, and they decided not to shut the hell up. So another great Friday night at the game room, 45 meals and a free breakfast center. Frank Chapman in the chat. He runs a game room up there in Akron, Ohio area. He does a lot of stuff through the churches. Frank, if you got some way for people to donate, let's put that in the chat, and we'll keep highlighting you, because Hale supporters went after MLS to tell him to get his facts straight. So we are brainless chickens. Yeah, he's just a bad attorney. MLS sucks as an attorney. I could tell that very quickly. Like, I've known some bad attorneys. I've known some good attorneys. I've known some bad attorneys. The ones who already have their mind made up are generally bad attorneys. If you ask an attorney a question and they give you a definitive answer, they're probably a bad attorney. Most attorneys I know are like, well, it depends. Those are the good attorneys, because they know that there's always a way to make things legal and illegal. The DUI guy is a clout chaser, supports stolen valor. Yeah. Or who does he support stolen valor of? Kevin, I thought you were talking about MLS. I'm interested. Carol Murphy, my grandson is here for dinner. Keep up the good work. I normally forgive civilians when they talk about stolen valor. DUI guy has no clue what constitutional law is. He doesn't really deal in constitutional law. He's not a constitutional law expert. He does deal in DUI law. I would absolutely trust him in that. And also he talks a lot about procedure. I trust him with that. Did you hear about the DUI guy rented a sports car in Florida, then hit a rabbit and messed up the bumper? No, but that's what insurance is for. Everyone, one thing that people don't do, buy insurance, people. One thing rich people always do is they're always fully insured. Make sure, like, I cannot believe that people are like, oh no, like with your car, they're like, you just need liability. It's cheaper insurance, but if you get into an accident, you have no money for a vehicle. Like, you're just paying out people's medical stuff. Yeah, it's protection to a certain extent. I fully insure whenever I can. Everything I can, I fully insure. Like, even when I was renting, I had renter's insurance, and I was paying for the max stuff because I read a book called The Millionaire Next Door, and it was talking, and it really broke it down how people don't insure themselves enough, and how insurance is absolutely protection. Most things you can get an attorney from if you own a home and you've got homeowners insurance. But people are underinsured. Megan Fox is backing away from the DUI guy. Maybe. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing what stolen valor you're talking about. I don't know that. Didn't know that DeCastro was an attorney. I thought he was just an instigator to get numbers. He's definitely an instigator, but he considers himself a constitutional scholar attorney, and he's not. He will talk a big game, but he's never won any big cases because he talks a bunch of BS. He definitely is an instigator. That's what turned me off. Like, any lawyer that's telling you to pick this fight most times is like just a bad idea. Law Talk with Mike is a tool bag as well. I'm not familiar with him. I've subscribed to your channel. I'm also a Gulf War vet, 299th Combat Engineers. Oh, excellent. I don't get big on stolen valor because I've been accused of stolen valor, even though I was like, what do you think? Here's a picture of me in Afghanistan. Am I stolen valor? And they tried saying things I didn't say. Like, they tried saying I said I was infantry. I'm a pogue. I'm a straight up pogue. I'm proud of it. I've never been infantry. I've never claimed that. So you got to be careful also with people who, if you're accusing them of stolen valor, because, the people who've come to me and said, oh, that guy's stolen valor, many times they just have a grudge as well. It's very much like Jeremy Hells. It's people, it's like you just have a grudge with that guy, which is fine. Have a grudge with them, but that doesn't mean you get to denigrate their service. I like DUI guy. I'll tell you, I like DUI guy. Um, on the stuff that he's talked about, and I don't think he's gone crazy. I think he's talked very soundly about legal issues. Some people can't afford it. Here's the thing with insurance. Yeah, insurance is expensive, but like I had a piece of crap car. Okay, and 2 years ago, uh, I I had an accident. It was my fault, but I was fully insured. Had I tried to sell that car, I probably would have got $1,500. But my insurance had to give me the Kelly Blue Book value, so I got over 5,000. So I was able to take that as a down payment and get myself a car. That's why people who are rich and successful always insure themselves. And shop around. You'd be surprised. Like there are places that I have insurance from that I thought, oh, this place is going to rip me off, and I got the most affordable insurance. So you got to shop around, and you got to evaluate it yearly. Mark Feather is starting his own YouTube channel. Good. I think he'll have some good stuff. I have my YouTube DD214. Mark Feather seems very straight up. He seems very smart. I'd be interested in what he says about a couple cases. Seems to me that Angry Vet is a douchebag. No, Angry Vet. I've interviewed Kevin. He's a good guy. Kevin is very much like many veterans. He's a very passionate guy. So I understand he probably has dealt with something DUI did and doesn't like it. And the thing is, we can be reasonable and disagree. Um, uh, if if Kevin were doing anything more than just saying, "I don't like the DUI guy," or I think he's an idiot. If he were doing anything more than that, I would say, okay, yeah, you can say someone's an idiot. We have freedom of speech, and we should have that discussion. I don't agree with it. I think DUI guy, especially on DUIs, I think is very smart. He is involved in the First Amendment community, so I would be interested. And Kevin, if you want to join the stream, he gives money to a stolen valor kisser. Um, Kevin, I would love to hear the story behind it. So if you do want to have the discussion, I'm willing to have it. Um, but yeah, that's when we discuss this stuff, we can be passionate. We can have disagreements, but what you get is people in Lynette's Cat, people like Marla, people who give legal advice and start doing things that it's like, no, that's too far. From Brisbane, Australia. I'm gonna write that. Okay, Brisbane. All right, so Brisbane is going up on the map when I get it hung. I'm always surprised that people like people I don't like. There's a lot of people. Uh, Michael Kaiser. So Michael Kaiser is a fake vet. You're saying angry vet is do I have that correct? Let me know. That's why we have freedom of speech. Yeah. The solution to bad speech is more speech, and that's where I get a problem with a lot of these cancel people. I don't try to get people canceled. I do highlight what they say and combat what they say. The fraud at Wrangler. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I have seen. I didn't know that was his name. I have seen some of his videos. Again, fraud at Wrangler. Yeah, some of these guys, like these are guys who take it too far. Like if you have a problem with the First Amendment auditor, call it out in the video. You can do your own video, but some of these guys I've seen where they become harassing. I don't like when First Amendment auditors. There's a couple out there. Like I know a lot of people want me to like James Freeman. I don't like James Freeman. He is anti-cop to me, and I am not anti-cop. I am anti-bad cop. Uh, I am pro-rights. That's why I support most First and Second Amendment auditors. The Armed Fisherman, I think he's one of my favorites. I think he is so great because he's not just fighting for First, but also Second Amendment rights. But there are people out there who will take things way too far. Do I watch Chris and Tiff? Oh, we got Greg in the house. Greg, the Flying Auditor. Everyone, go check out the Flying Auditors channel. Greg, Greg doesn't do audits himself, but he does talk about other auditors. And Greg, I've interviewed him on the show. Are you still here in the U.S. or did you finally flee? Because he was going to flee the country. Um, just because he was tired of all the politics and everything here. Uh, Jeremy DeWitt is the king of stolen valor. I haven't heard of Michael Kisser. I don't get into these stolen valor things just because a lot of the veterans who are stolen valor chasers and like they're gonna highlight them, a lot of them are very loose and fast with the facts and they've harassed people. So when I see stolen valor, I say, well, that's wrong. And I've seen it in my real life. I've been out places in my uniform, had people come up and start telling me stuff that I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy didn't serve. I do recognize it most times as a mental illness. So I'm like, okay, I'll talk to them. I'll be cordial. If they start trying to do something like gain money off it or use it for some type of clout, that's when I'll call it out. Uh, there's a lot of people out there who, they want to like get these people fired and everything. No, you just say, yeah, that person is full of shit. That's all you have to do. Just be like, that person is full of shit. They didn't serve. Here's why. Boom, boom, boom. And then you just move on. I heard YouTube crabs can be dispatched by Facebook crabs. Crabs in general is not good. Oh wow, it's 8:12. I got to get moving here in a little bit because I'm doing a yard sale out here, and I'm going to be selling all my junk out on the street, trying to raise money for Veteran Nation. So hopefully, I'll have some more money. So next time a veteran reaches out to me and says, I need help with this, this, and this, I can give them a gift card or something else as I take them and say, go to this place. They're the ones to help. What I've been getting here recently is a lot of veterans reaching out to me about their claims. There's several who, like one guy, I don't want to go too much give too much information about him, but he has an appeal going. He's 60% VA disabled, and he wants TDIU, and he's doing an appeal for it. I told him, I said, look, I would just keep doing claims. If I were you, you'll get to 100%. Like we can get you to 100%, probably faster than your appeal's ever going to go. My appeal took 2.5 years. Now the good thing is when I got that back pay, it was nice and it came at a time where I really needed it. Appeals through the VA are still a horrible process. You'll get there faster through claims. I was busting Angry Vet for not talking to me, taking me to a crab fest while I was with him in Maryland. The crabs in Maryland are amazing. I do miss that part of. I lived in Northern Virginia, and I miss being able to get the crabs. And I know someone's going to clip that and be like, "Oh, look, Veteran Nation's got crabs." Y'all are funny. Michael Kaiser, aka Fraud Wrangler, failed out of boot camp twice, unalived his friend, and stole his story. Was caught with the man's pew pew, then beat. Capital murder charges on technical. Interesting, very interesting. That's a bunch of. So, let's talk about that. I'm willing to talk about that. Jeremy DeWitt is in Florida. He's not only stole valor, but has a history of police impersonation. Owned a funeral escort service. It's another. Okay, I know the guy. I've seen the video. I didn't know that was his name. I've seen the videos of him pretending to be a cop. Yeah, that's when people take it way too far. That guy was pulling people over. Yeah. Northern VA, cool. I'm originally from Loudoun County. Okay, yeah, I was stationed at Quantico, so I was up there. Stony Creek Inn in Maryland. That sounds really familiar. Really familiar. I agree with Skipper, his family member, very military family. I didn't serve myself, but very appreciate each and every veteran. Yeah, and people like yourself, two awesome dogs. I'm very thankful to have served for you people. That's why I always say thank you for being worth serving. Um, Stolen valor is just not really a big thing with me, but once they cross the line, like pretending to be a cop, that is way crossing a line, and that's when we take things off of okay, it's no longer a discussion. Now this person needs to face charges, type of thing. And with the story that Kevin's telling me about Michael Kaiser, I want to hear more of it. If there's any stories about it. Florida passed a 25-foot rule to protect the cops against First Amendment people. Really, that seems a bit excessive. I don't think that's legal. Now, if there's a crime scene, that I understand. Um, but if they're investigating a crime, then that's excessive, very excessive. And see, I'm reasonable with this stuff. Um, um, okay, I'm trying to look at this Michael Kaiser murder charges. Okay, so I do have a story here. I don't know. Let me share this. Okay, Kevin, is this him here? Michael William Kaiser, is that him? Let me know. I don't support people who give money to a man like Michael Kaiser. The DUI does it. Does he know? That's the other thing. Does he know? Because I didn't know about this guy. Um, he's been charged in a capital murder case that dates back to 2009. Is is that the guy? If this is not the guy, okay, that is him. Okay, so now I'll put the story up and discuss it more. Michael William Kaiser was arrested last Friday by the Calhoun County Sheriff's. He's accused of shooting and killing David A. Cameron of Ohatchee in 2009. Kaiser was indicted for capital murder on May 10th, pleaded guilty. Indictment alleges Kaiser intentionally caused Cameron's death by shooting him with a firearm. Also says Kaiser was unlawfully in Cameron's home with the intent to commit theft or felony. He could face the death penalty or life without parole. So this is the first I'm hearing about this case. Oh, he knows. Okay. Um, Now, here's the other thing about attorneys. Is he involved with the defense in any way? Because here, I get people have a problem with attorneys. Attorneys have an ethical obligation. Um, you know, people were pissed at people like Alan Dershowitz. Like I saw it this week. Dershowitz is a piece of crap because he defended OJ. Look, I feel OJ was guilty. R.I.P. David Cameron. No, he's not. Okay. Um, I felt OJ was guilty, but Dershowitz had a legal obligation. So this, so this is something for the DUI guy fans. When he goes live stream, this is something I would question him on, because yeah. Now me, the stolen valor stuff, unless if they're crossing the line with it, like trying to get money for it, that's when only then will that become a big deal. But murder charges, yeah, murder charges are. So I'll actually look a little bit more into what you're telling me, Kevin. Um, and yeah, and again, there are people who don't agree with other things. You can come here and tell me I don't agree with you. Hi from Harper's Ferry, Iowa, small Mississippi town, 198 population during winter months. Harper's. I'm putting up a map with everybody's uh, where everybody's at. Harper's Ferry, Iowa. Thank you for joining the stream, Carla or Carila. How do I pronounce your name? Is it Carla? It looks like Carla. He used David's stories as his to make it to gain a YouTube following and make money as a frauditor channel. Is he still making videos? That's the other thing. Is he still making videos? Because um, I'll happily like do stuff on his videos and criticize him if that's what he's doing. And and again, if you want to come on, we have this discussion. Again, I am always willing to listen to these things. Claimed he had two Purple Hearts. That's see, that's when when people have Purple Hearts, they're normally they're normally asking for uh, money then, or trying to use it for clout. So how did he get away with murder? Because these are in 2013. So how did he get away with murder? Because he was charged. I don't see any conviction. Claimed he got shot in the shoulder, but turned out he shot himself. that that is funny. Sorry, I spilled. Um, because yeah, bad behavior like this, I will call out. So I do appreciate you, Kevin. I will listen to this. And yeah, if DUI guy is supporting a guy like this, then we should be like, hey, you need to know more about this guy and give up supporting him in any way. Technical paperwork. Okay, okay, that's why he got off. Okay, Mesa, Arizona. Rich Bounders. You're not too far from me, like 5 hours. I'm in Joshua Tree, California. I do have to end this stream here soon, though, because I got to go and do this yard sale, and I want to get out there before it gets too hot. It's 8:30. If I'm out there by 9, I should be good. Our little town can support a pool, so we did a splash pad. Huge success. I think it's really smart to do. Yeah, I think it really is. Oh, Wheeling, Illinois. Sorry, I missed you. I haven't been to Wheeling, Illinois. I've been to Wheeling, West Virginia. I've been to DeKalb, Illinois. You two got to bounce. Okay, make sure everyone hits the like button before we end this. I do want to also push the the fundraiser here. We want to save Harley Grace, so we want to save this little girl from a bad situation. She's in a child abuse situation. So if you can go and just give like $5, or if you just want to share it, sharing helps us as well. Good luck with your yard sale. If I sell 2 things, I'll be happy. Retired state trooper, love the conversation. Oh, thank you. I like having these conversations. But yeah, we want to hashtag save Harley Grace. This is the GoFundMe. You can donate. I do have this in the description. I also will. I have in the comments. I got to pin it. I've got the petition to remove grudge judge down in Florida. This is how we get bad judges removed. And I think the next one I'll do is Judge Owsley. For those of you who follow Travis Hines, that judge is still doing crappy stuff. So I will happily get these going so we can get some of these judges removed. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I have always wanted to join the military, but a few disabilities. Um, totally understandable. So Toronto, totally understandable. I actually had a very good friend of mine who served in the Royal Canadian Artillery before he came to the U.S. and then became a Marine. But really funny guy from Newfoundland too. But yeah, thank you for joining, and thank you for the support. Drop the link. So the link to this is already in the description, and we're getting there. The link to the petition is in the comments. I have to go through and pin that to the top, though. I don't know who Kaiser is. Never heard of him. Apparently, he's a frauditor. He's one of these guys who doesn't like First Amendment auditors and gives them a lot of heartache. And apparently, he's stolen valor and also killed his friend. So we did put up the story. So we'll dig more into that. But I thank you, Kevin, for bringing that to us. And yeah, if I can ever question the DUI guy, I will absolutely say, why are you supporting this guy? Because everything right now that you're showing me shows, and you got the facts to back it up, that this is not a good guy. Jeremy Hales is a good guy in my opinion, so I support Jeremy, and DUI supporting Jeremy and what Jeremy's doing. So you know, I don't think DUI guy is all bad. I understand you don't like him, Kevin, and that's fine. You don't have to like everybody. I don't like everybody. But I think he is supporting a good cause with Jeremy. Uh, and I've been fighting the corruption that Jeremy's been facing since my first video on it was back in May. So I just didn't do a lot of it until Jeremy started publicly asking for help with it. But I will absolutely help. And I definitely want to help with this little girl, get her back with her biological family, get her, with people who love her, not people who are there to use and abuse her, get her away from Munchausen by proxy. And I've seen too much of that. Sure, as soon as Jeremy is finished on the DUI guy, we'll move on. Yeah. Well, when you're in the, and Kevin, you're in these battles yourself. You're fighting corruption in Maryland. Any help you can get is always, it's like, great, I'm not alone with this. I'm facing a corruption battle myself. I just don't talk a lot about it. I will. The day is coming. In fact, I got a contempt of court charge that someone's getting charged with this week. Like mine mirrors Jeremy's in so many different ways. Only thing is, mine is because of a divorce situation, but I all will be revealed. All will be revealed, and it's funny because some of these people, they just do it to themselves. So I understand what it's like to feel alone. I totally understand that, and that's where a lot of veterans get suicidal, is they feel alone. So I understand what Jeremy and George have been through. They're taking any type of help they can. I am going to help them because I think they're good people. Love you, Kevin. Yeah, you're always great. I always enjoy my conversations with Kevin because we're both veterans, so we come at things from a veteran point of view, which is a unique point of view. I know not a lot of you would understand that. We will change those numbers. Oh, thank Kevin. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, and we got to help Kevin with his situation. We got to figure out, we got to sit down and we got to do a mind meld. Me and Kevin have been talking about a nonprofit and other things, but we got to do something to help veterans who are fighting the VA. And I don't mean just, oh, they denied my claim, like literally fighting. Like Kevin, he was arrested in a VA because he pulled out his phone. It was complete and total BS. They charged him with wiretapping for recording with your phone. That's ridiculous. So yeah, we got to do more to support Kevin. That's why I tell people on my stream, I support Kevin. Please go take a look at his videos and the stuff he's doing. I do want to get this wrapped up. Thank you, Support Squad, all for the likes and the shares and everything today. Please go to the Harley Grace GoFundMe. The link is in the description. Share that, please, and just tell people if you can just donate $5 to help this little girl. We want to get this bumped up. So thank you so much for joining me. You might see a live stream from me later on today during the yard sale. But yeah, so I'll be out there doing it and, trying to raise money to help other veterans. But thank you again. And I hope you're having a blessed day. Hope your families are blessed. I'll be praying for you all. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.